Hi everyone, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the marvelous world of English grammar. What is the latest buzz in your world, children? Are you all able to learn things smoothly? Is someone finding it difficult to learn, or are you going lazy? I have learned that a few of you are going lazy, and please don't do that. Dear students, what do you know about your past? How did you enjoy your KG life? Did you all enjoy it thoroughly? Dear students, our generation's schooling was different. We have had a different style of enjoyment. We used to go to school by walk, most of us, in fact. You can ask the same to your parents. They might give you some interesting informations. Dear students, today we are going to learn about past perfect tense or past perfect time. What is the meaning of past perfect? Something has completed long time in the past. It's already over. And dear students, when we have learned about present perfect, I told you that it has just completed, it's presently completed. Now, past, it has completed sometimes before in the past. For example, I can say that I had completed my schooling. You had gone to America. I had taken your pencil. So dear students, today we are going to focus on past perfect tense. Dear students, we have been learning different tense forms. We have just completed past continuous tense. And throughout the tense forms, we have seen the four different forms of tense, namely positive, negative, interrogative, and interrogative negative. And dear students, I have told you the highlight point of perfect tense, that is V3. Right? Third form of the verb. You have learned it in present perfect, right? And what is the rule of present perfect, dear students? It is subject plus have or has plus V3. In the same way, V3 is used in past perfect as well. But there is a difference. What is a past form of have or has? And that makes the difference in past perfect. Dear students, now I'm here with the mind map of the lesson past perfect tense. And this is the important part, the central part of this chapter, because I'm discussing the rules here. So give your 100% attention here. So dear students, as I have said, we have got four parts, namely positive, negative, and interrogative negative. Okay, so let's see the first part, that is positive statements of past perfect tense. How can we frame positive statements? This is the rule. Look at the rule. Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Object is optional. Okay, that is the reason why I put it in bracket. So dear students, I've told you and I've asked you a question, what is the past form of have or has? That is had. So if I ask you a question, what is the past form of I had eaten a mango, or I have eaten a mango, it will become I had eaten a mango, right? So if I say he has played football, and the past form will be he had played football, right? So dear students, he had played football, or I had eaten a mango, that is I. Subject had, the helping verb here, or the auxiliary verb here, okay? And verb 3, that is the third form of the action. For example, take, took, taken. Taken is the third form of the action. Or go, went, gone. Gone is the third form of the action, right? So dear students, we take verb 3 or third form of the action in past perfect tense. Okay, now let's look at the negative rule. Dear students, negative, therefore we add not. So let's look at the formation or the rule here, okay? So that is subject plus had plus not plus V3, or we can say it's like subject plus hadn't plus V3. For example, if I say I hadn't gone, I hadn't taken anything, he hadn't, you hadn't, whatever it may be, he, she, it hadn't, there is no difference, had not or hadn't. Okay, when we have learned present perfect, he, she, it, we were using has, but for has or have, we have just one word, that is had. So dear students, once again please understand this formation. Okay, now let's go to interrogative. Okay, direct questions. And let me tell you again, we are not learning WH questions, we are learning auxiliary questions. Okay, so the formation for past perfect is had plus subject plus V3 plus object. Okay, once again, had plus subject plus V3 plus object. That is the direct question. And in the last class, few of you had a doubt in which I have stated positive statement, negative statement, positive question, negative question. Dear students, this is a direct question, there is no not. So it can also be called as positive question. Had I played? Had you taken? Had you helped your brother? Okay, so that is direct question, there is no not. Therefore, it can also be called positive question or interrogative statements. Now let's come to the last part, that is interrogative negative. In other words, we can call them or call it as negative questions. Okay, so we add not here. So the formation is had plus subject plus not plus V3 plus object. Object is optional. And again, I have not written the other formation, that is the short form. Okay, it can be, yes, tell me, that is hadn't plus subject plus V3 plus object. Short form of this formula. Okay, so dear students, that is the whole idea of past perfect tense, and that is the central, or this is the central part of this chapter. Okay, you have to learn this formation, you have to learn the rules of this so that you can use these tense forms in your day-to-day communications. Dear students, now let's go with some examples. And I've taken same verb here, okay? And the reason I've explained in the last class. You will not get any sort of confusion and you will understand it easily. Dear students, instead of this verb, you can use anything else, or you can form a different statement using the same rule. So let's see. The first example, I had eaten a mango, or I had eaten mangoes. We, you, he, she, it, they, everything had eaten mangoes. And here I've used he, she, it together, had eaten mangoes or bananas, whatever it may be, okay? He, she, it had. And I've used these three forms together because in the last form, or when we've learned about the present perfect tense, we had used has here, and now we are using had here. And to make you understand that, I've used these three personal pronouns together. So dear students, whatever names you take, whatever subjects you take in past perfect, the helping verb remains the same, that is had and we3. For example, I can say that Shinoj had written a story, or Vibin had played football. So whatever it may be, the formation of the statement remains the same. Subject plus had plus V3, plus if you want, you can use objects. That is the reason why in the last two statements I did not use objects, without which the statement is complete. It's your option whether you want to use an object or objects or not. Okay, dear students, so once again you can learn the positive rule and you can use different types and kinds of sentences. Dear students, now let's look at the negative formation. Negative. Therefore, we use not. Right? Okay. I had not eaten mangoes, or I had not written a story. I had not played football. I hadn't. We had not eaten mangoes, or we had not. You had not eaten mangoes, or you hadn't. Okay, he, she, it hadn't eaten, or had not eaten. They had not eaten, or they hadn't eaten. Negative formation. So the same way you can also form, or you can also use different kinds of verbs so that you would get wonderful negative statements. Dear students, now let's look at some interrogative formations or statements. Had I eaten mangoes? Interrogative. Therefore, question mark. Okay, had I eaten mangoes? Had we eaten mangoes, or had we helped you? Had we taken your pencil? Had we visited the United States? Any verb. Okay, yes. So, had you eaten mangoes? Had he or she or it eaten? Had they eaten? Played? So dear students, This is the formation. This is the way you have to ask questions, direct questions. Okay? So once again, look at the formation and look at the examples and look at the rule and try to use variety of questions. Dear students, now let's look at the last formation, that is the interrogative negative, and examples here. Okay, as follows, you can see the first one. Had I not eaten mangoes? Negative question. Not had I not or hadn't I. Hadn't I helped you? Hadn't I written a story? Hadn't I gone to the market? Hadn't I helped you? Or you can ask your mother or father, whomever it may be. They are negative questions. Okay, so hadn't we eaten mangoes? Had you not eaten mangoes? Or hadn't you? Hadn't we? Okay, hadn't he or she or it eaten? Had he or she or it not eaten? Okay, yes, had they not eaten or hadn't they eaten? Either ways you can use hadn't, that is short form, had they not, that is the original form. Dear students, try to make such sort of negative questions so that you can have better communication capacity. Dear students, now I'm here with a small activity. Okay, so now you have to change or transform the given sentences to past perfect tense. Okay, so all of these statements are in simple past and you are going to change it into past perfect. Alright, I played football. It's a positive statement, right? Okay. How would you change it? I played football. Past perfect. What is the rule? Subject plus had plus V3. Had plus V3. So, I had played football. Okay? Yes. Now, the second statement. You didn't dance well. Simple past. Negative. Change it into past perfect. Negative. So it will become you hadn't danced well. Correct? Okay. Now, did she help you? And didn't Josh write a story? I am not going to say the answer. You have to tell me the answer of the statements during the interactive session. That's a small work for you. Okay, dear students, I'm not completing the last two statements. There should be something for you also to do, right? Okay, so try to give its past perfect form and the last statements past perfect form as well. Dear students, now we come to the concluding activity. Okay, I've written correct the mistakes. As you know that there are a few mistakes in these statements, right? Okay, so dear students, I am going to help you for the first two and the last two statements are for you to discover. Okay, yes. So I had went to school. I had went to school. What is the mistake here? Verb is the mistake, right? I have used a different verb and I have written the correct verb here. So I had gone to school. That is the perfect statement as far as past perfect is concerned. As far as past perfect is concerned. Okay, let's come to the second statement. It had rained last week. Last week it had rain. So what is the mistake? Verb is the problematic thing here, right? So I have given the right answer here. So the statement will become it had rained last week. Now let's come to the third example. Had you took my pencil, and I've underlined what is the problem. Took is the problem, and you had to find out what verb you have to use here. Okay, dear students. And the last one, harden the dog sleep. I don't know what is the correct or what is the mistake here, and you have to find out the mistake and you have to tell me in next interactive session. Okay, dear students, both of these are for your mind work. You have to think. Okay, and in the next interactive session, when I ask you questions, you have to respond to it. So dear students, today we have learned about the tense, past perfect tense or time, right? Namely, we have learned about the positive formation, negative, interrogative and interrogative negative. Dear students, I humbly request you once again to watch this video thoroughly to understand the lesson in a perfect manner. And please don't tell me in the next class, sir, I had forgotten to watch it. That is not an excuse, because if we need to make our interactive session lively, you have to at least watch the video for 2 times so that the concepts would be clear to you. Once again, I wish you all the very best. Keep learning, stay safe, and be happy. Bye-bye.